This short film is for people who care for others. There are over 2 million professional carers in the UK and 7 million unpaid carers. Whether you are the most senior professional, a volunteer, or looking after someone you love, we want to support and encourage you. A wealth of research has established that we all possess a genetically embedded instinct to give care to the vulnerable. But we do not possess a similar instinct to care for ourselves. Thankfully, there is a growing body of resources to help and support caregivers. But what does care mean to you?
Okay.
Care means having an open heart,
being loving to one another.
Care in my head seems unconditional.
Or emotional.
Care is love, compassion, kindness.
It means you're being nice to other people.
We don't do it very much.
I think it means having a generous mind, and I think it's about being very present, or as present as we can be to a situation.
Personally, probably care in terms of looking after my dad when he was dying. That's a huge thing. Care for my son. There's an unconditional element to that. Care in my head seems unconditional. It's something you do for someone without needing any kind of response.
Very good question to me now, because I'm 74 and I'm only just being able to go back and realise that actually I am a caring and kind person.
I'm really convinced that caring is innate in us. A lot of people say that people are naturally competitive and want to do down other people, but I think it's the opposite. I think people are naturally cooperative and caring. And in the animal world as well, you can see that.
Wherever you look in the natural world, mammals care for their offspring. This is the basic biological drive that ensures the survival of their species. We too are programmed to care for the vulnerable. It's one of the reasons our species has survived so successfully. Embedded in our DNA and genetic makeup are the body language and the feelings of care. We all present the same empathic and instinctive body language to somebody who is vulnerable. It is at the heart of good practice, what we call good bedside manner. We turn our whole body towards the person we're caring for. We lean in towards them, shoulders down. Our eyes soften and we look directly at them. Our faces are calm but also alert and attentive. And if appropriate, we may also give a reassuring touch. This is the universal body language of care.
Care looks emotional.
It can also show in your gesture as well, so having open body language.
Being relaxed around the eyes.
Almost a kind of community feel to it. The image that comes up in my head is kind of a group somehow connected.
It's one of those universal languages. That's what care looks like. It looks like one of the universal languages that no matter what language or background you have, we all speak it.
Actually listening as well, so that's quite a skill in itself, isn't it, these days? Just to listen, just to be open ears.
I care, as a professional, and I think it's really important that when I'm in a situation where I'm expected to care, that I am present, making sure that I'm breathing, perhaps lower down on my body from my abdomen if I can, perhaps reaching out to the person.
Care is one of those things that mentally anyone sees it and they know that person's conveying an emotion.
And humans have altruism, have love, because the way they survived was to care for each other and to care for their parents, to their siblings and their children.
But just as we are programmed to give care, we are also programmed to receive it. From our brain down through our nervous system to our gut, we are hardwired to respond positively to the signals of care. When we receive heartfelt care, powerful messages are triggered in our neuroendocrinal system. We respond positively to our carers' body language and communication. Anxiety and fear are lessened as adrenaline and cortisol, the hormones of stress and tension are reduced. A cocktail of relaxation and well-being hormones are stimulated into production. So our body relaxes, our breathing and heart rate calm, our digestion is healthier. Physically, psychologically and emotionally, we feel better, a whole lot better. Care works. But more than that, nature has been ingenious. Not only does the recipient benefit from the caregiver is also rewarded. The instinctive body language of giving care drops us into a more relaxed state. Just like the recipient, our hormones of anxiety are reduced and the hormones of well-being are boosted. Giving care is good for the carer too.
I drop a funny one. I feel very broody when I give care. I just feel all of a sudden like, and no matter who it is I'm giving care to, it could be my mum, it could be one of the young people I work with, it could be a love interest, whoever it is, I all of a sudden feel very like, oh.
But knowing when I have done it in the right way, it's very rewarding. And it feels like the kind of right thing to have done.
And a lot of the time it's afterwards that I realised, oh, okay, that seemed to help. Only when I get some feedback that I notice, goodness, my heart feels lighter, or I feel more expansive, or I feel blessed to have been able to do something for that person.
The times where I really am present and really am available and caring a lot for my son, the reward is kind of affection from him and calmness from him as well.
I think you feel happier actually if you know that you're doing good for other people and making them feel better. I think it is just natural.
As soon as you engender it in yourself and you allow it to come out without embarrassment, it does something to your brain and your body which makes you healthier, happier and live longer. Yeah.
You know, it's not about me at the end of the day, it's about somebody else who needs something. It's just good to be part of it really, because I believe that we should treat others as we like to be treated. So hopefully one day when I need some care, somebody will be there for me as well.
It's quite hard to describe how I feel. I think the main thing is I feel zen. It always is a feeling of, even if I don't do it physically, mentally, it's like a rejuvenation.
But it's important to be realistic. It's difficult to give good care all the time. Life as a carer can be tough. And although Mother Nature has programmed us so that we can instinctively care for others, we are not similarly programmed to look after ourselves. We have to learn how to self-care. Without self-care, it's easy to get tired, irritable, and overwhelmed. That's so understandable and normal given all the stresses and strains. It doesn't mean that we don't know how to care. It's just a signal that we are tired and need respite. When we care for ourselves, we can better look after others. Self-care is vital because from a reassuring smile through to exhausting and endless responsibility, carers provide the invisible but crucial fabric of a humane, compassionate and decent world. Whoever you are, wherever you are, thank you for caring. If you'd like to know more about care and self-care, visit our website www.everyonecares.com.